I'm Tejashree Alla, and I've just got into University of Cincinnati with the help of Venkat sir. And I don't have anything else going on right now other than going to the US. I completed my 11th and 12th in Narayana, and I studied in Shloka, the Waldorf school before that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Didn't really have a plan of going to the US for my BTech at all. I was supposed to write JEE mains and get into a normal college in India, but somehow my dad, had to go to the States, and that was, it was an opening for me as well. I had a choice to go to the States and, complete my undergraduation, and that's a very, it's a good opportunity for me. And I didn't want to miss it. So we started exploring the options I had. And we came across, that we had to write SAT to, get into colleges there. And we actually got introduced to Venkat sir then, and he explained a little more about which type of college is better for me, that I'd receive scholarships there. See, my initial opinion was it's going to be very expensive. If I have to go there, it'll be very expensive and I have to do justice to it. And it is still true. But with the help of Venkat sir, I actually got a really good scholarship. And that was, it was good experience because he never made anything hard or confusing. Each and every doubt was cleared. He paid so much attention to detail. He even understood to what extent I could do my studying or whatever. So he didn't push me too much. He pushed me until I could do my best, and then it gave out the best results I ever could get. So I did not know anything about the SAT exam. Like, what are we going to get? What's the portion? What is it like? How hard is it? Nothing. I had zero knowledge in it. So I downloaded a sample paper. Before I even talked to Venkat sir, I tried to download a sample paper and look at it. Until the math part, I was a little fine. The English part was my Everest, and I didn't know how to conquer it. But slowly, I've started taking classes with Venkat sir. He also taught me math after a while. And English also, the way that the sir explained it to me, I understood what was going on there. It was not just an answer that I had to memorize or remember. It was an answer that I, theoretically worked out, even for English. And I think that's a really good thing, like not remembering the answers, but having to theoretically think about it and know what's the right one. And yeah, that was my experience for SAT. And some people I've talked to, my friends and all, they have been preparing for SAT for almost a year. But I'm very proud to say that I've only prepared for like 3 months and still achieved a good score. But that's all. The credit is all Venkat sir's. It's not mine. Maybe I put in the effort, but the planning, the explaining, and everything goes to him. At a point, he even made me take classes for the math students so that I understood what I was telling. So I had to be very careful of what I'm explaining. I had to do the papers before, and yeah, IELTS was not as tough as SAT for me because I had a little experience in my school. Like they made us do a few exercises, but Indira ma'am, she actually helped a lot. She gave me books and works to do every day, so that kept up my practice. I didn't lose touch with it, and I think I wrote that in like a week with a week of coaching. I had no idea that applying to colleges there was, was such a big procedure. I needed SOPs. I mean, visa and passport, that's a given, yes. But SOPs, and then you have to get a few more letters, your grades have to be up to a mark and all. But Venkat sir, he like sat me down one day and then he told me you need to get these letters, that recommendation letters, and you need to get your visa done, passport done, and everything. Yeah, it's basically he helped me through the whole process of applying. Even with the colleges, I wanted to go like, near to my dad's state, wherever he's working. So sir actually made a list of colleges that I could choose from with my score, and my branch is computer science. So whichever college is good with computer science, closer to my dad and within my range, he actually sent a few options, and we applied to 10 colleges and we got into 9 of them. So that was really exciting. I did not expect that. And University of Cincinnati was the only college that I got such a high scholarship. Every college that I got into, I've gotten a scholarship, but with the University of Cincinnati, it was a very good deal. I couldn't leave that, so I finally chose that, and it's very close to my dad as well. So that's a plus point. And sir also told me about how to choose your colleges. Like he didn't just say these are good ones, you choose whichever you want, and then you just go with it. That wasn't the case. He told me that all these are good with computer science. They're research based, the professors and everything. He did not just give the list and be like you choose from it. He's like, I'll give you the list. I'll give you He also gave, whichever is the best option for me as my own interest and everything. And then we chose the University of Cincinnati. Yeah, actually, I had in the starting, I was like, I have to get into some college because I wrote SAT in it was a very sudden plan for me. So I had to completely shift my path from JEE mains and everything coming to SAT. I wrote it. I'm like, okay, I'll be going to the US. And if I don't get into those colleges, I'll have to apply to colleges in India, which allow SAT score. So my first step was just get into any college that get into any college, it's fine. But as soon as I started getting acceptance letters, I was like, okay, I'm not going to completely just go out of, my path or anything. I'm getting into colleges. And then finally, I didn't really have Cincinnati as I need to get into it or anything. But on the day of their results, I was so tensed because for the other colleges, I wasn't that tensed. On that day, I understood that I actually wanted to go to Cincinnati more than any other colleges because I was so worried. I was so tense. I'm like, I have to get in. I have to get in. So yeah, it was a 50-50 for, yeah, I wanted to go there. It was my dream college. It's a research-based college, first of all, and the co-op program is very nice there. So it's basically you study for a few semesters, maybe 1 or 2 semesters you study, and one semester you just work. So I really liked that, program where you can experience real-time working before you even complete your education. So that gives you a upper hand above the rest of the people where they just study and then they need to go out into the world as a fresher. Here I have to just study, I can work, and I'll have a work experience in my resume. So that really, excited me and made me choose Cincinnati. Yeah, so basically, I knew that colleges offer scholarships in the US, and it's a lot more common than it is in India. They offer it to many international students and in-state students. So I was expecting a small amount like the other colleges. The first scholarship and college I got into was, I think, University of Kent State University, and I got a normal 7-8 thousand scholarship. And I was fine with it. I was excited because that was my first acceptance letter. And it was my first scholarship letter. So I was very excited. And then I waited for Cincinnati was, I think, the seventh or eighth college that I got the response from. So it was a long wait for me. And when I got the acceptance letter, I'm like, okay, wow, I got into it. That is done. I didn't expect a scholarship because they don't give you the scholarship letter as soon as the acceptance one. So I'm like, I got into it. I'm very happy now. And I did not expect to receive a scholarship of $15,000 per each year. So that's a total of $60,000 on total. I got a addition of $2,000 as well. So I basically got a 50% scholarship plus a $2,000 scholarship. So, and apparently that's the highest scholarship that they give out in the university. So I was very happy because I felt like I was saving money, which I am. Going there, 50% of the cost was reduced. I did not expect that at all I didn't think my scores were enough. Like, whenever I told everyone my scores, they're like, wow, that's a lot. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's normal only. But as soon as I got this scholarship amount, I was like, okay, wow, I did maybe do very well. Actually, yeah, many people, they didn't exactly say I want to follow the path or anything, but they've been very curious to know how I did it. It's not just where are you going? Oh, that's nice. It's just where are you going? Oh, how did you do that? Which exam did you write? How did you apply? Did you get a scholarship? How did you get it? And yeah, all the answers to those questions are I've met the sir, he took care of most of the things for me, explained everything. So I keep telling them you have to write SAT and IELTS, that's a main thing. If you get good scores, you'll get scholarships there. And yeah, it's a good opportunity. That's all I tell them. It's a very good opportunity if you want to do it, if you have the, if you want to experience it, if you have the excitement to do it there, the desire, then you should do it. At least try out for it, even if you don't think you'll get it, just try for it.